What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Friday. Welcome to the RNEWS morning show. And let's just jump into it. From r/news, Bob Murray, who fought against black lung regulations as a coal operator, has filed for black lung benefits. Every person who lost someone because of him should be allowed to write denied on his form. Isn't he very rich, so how is able to be even considering for benefits? Capitalism is socialism for the rich. Eat crap, Bob. Oh, it's that Bob, rat bastard. Yep, it's that Bob. Go frick yourself, Bob. Hope it fricking hurts. I read this in John Oliver's voice. My grandfather died of black lung when my father was 5. He left behind 8 children aged 21 to just 9 months old. 6 of them under the age of 18. There were no benefits, and in the last months of his life, they lived in absolute poverty. So I'd like to offer a big fat frick you to Bob Murray. P.S. I hope your claim is denied. Came to say the same. My grandfather died of black lung when my father was a boy. Left 4 children under the age of 13 years. No benefits. The few pictures we have of my father and his siblings during the years after Grandpa's death are horrible. Collarbones and visible ribs. Frick this guy and everyone like him. Eternally. That's a lot of kid. My biological grandmother was his second wife. He had 3 with his first and 5 with his second. But it is a lot of kids. Edit. Also worth noting, he died in 1970. So this was totally normal to have a family this big. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, police arrest Proud Boy member on assault and gun charges hours after Trump refuses to denounce white supremacy. Refuses to denounce. He freaking told them to stand by, as in for further orders. Edit. My highest rated comment is about our president being a Nazi. Great. Thanks for the awards, but please donate to Democratic senators. Jamie Harrison in SC is a good one. And for the love of God, make sure you're registered and vote. And now he's trying to act like he doesn't know who they are. He called them by name and gave them freaking orders. He knows they are violent, and that's why he's encouraging them. Not to mention has made multiple comments about them in the past. And just completed an 8-hour Fox News bender where they were putting themselves in knots trying to justify his comments, or that Proud Boys were the main topic of conversation at the White House for 18 straight hours. Before he suddenly broke silence because Daddy Mitch smacked him on the nose with a rolled-up newspaper and told him to pretend to apologize. He has no idea who they are. Like he wouldn't know his Russian mobster, FBI informant partner if he was sitting across from him. Even though he worked with him daily for years. Further orders, that was a good one, mine dude. 9 out of 10. I don't know, seemed kinda Third Reich to me. These jokes are pretty much the highlight of 2020. These jokes are pretty much the highlight of 2020. Nice. That guy zagged when he should have zagged. You could say that he did not see that coming. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, Biden raises a record $3.8 million in 1 hour during debate with Trump. I donated $7.50 because I can't freaking afford $750 lol. Every bit counts. 100 people like you equals 1 Trump tax donation. I love the idea, but I'll be damned if I'm walking around with that nasty mug on my shirt. Yeah, YTF is Trump on so much of Joe Biden's merch. I just gave, but like I don't want a pin or a shirt where Donald Trump is the thing you can see from farthest away. Also, miss me with fake MAGA hats with witty slogans because it's not worth it lol. Edit. Okay, there's not as much as I thought and I was overreacting. I was just thinking about this t-shirt and a 7.50 pin. Cheers everyone. Someone wears a parody MAGA hat. Me, from a distance, that person is a Trump supporter. I don't even wear my red South Carolina Gamecocks hat because it looks kind of like a MAGA hat from far away. Well, that's just Trump doing you a favor and allowing you to hide your embarrassing choices. Sincerely, a Clemson fan. How much did Trump raise in the same period? No one knows because they don't divulge foreign investment. Hope my $100 was counted. That's enough to foot Trump's annual tax bill for 48 days and 16 hours. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. The Vatican said on Wednesday it had denied a request from Mike Pompeo for an audience with Pope Francis, and accused the Secretary of State of trying to drag the Catholic Church into the U.S. presidential election. Goddamn, he should have accepted and then publicly denounced him like it's a game of CIV. This is the second best course of action, but I feel like my version is better. As a long-time Civilization player, this comment made me laugh way more than it probably should have. Like a spoiled, petulant child, Trump has no social skills. He just makes demands and expects to get his way. Prison is going to be real hard on him. Keep dreaming. Everything you said is accurate except the bit about prison. He isn't going. He should but he won't. Edit. Waking up to all these, he'll escape to Moscow, messages. Didn't Reddit just preach how Russian mobs are floating his 400M debts through the Deutsche Bank? Why the hell would his self-preservationist butt go to them? Republicans. Why are your politicians so pathetically desperate? Don't both sides, you know they're worse. Well, working with the Catholic Church in this capacity is old-school medieval politics. So the highest Catholic authority basically told Pompeo and the Trump administration to go to hell. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/news. Police arrest far-right protester who point a gun at Portland rally. Alan James Swinney, 50, is being held in the Multnomah County Jail on multiple assault charges. Pointing a firearm at another, unlawful use of a weapon and unlawful use of tear gas. Imagine being 50 years old and joining a lame group with a lame name like Proud Boys. His kids must be so proud of him. Imagine hearing the President of the United States not be able to condemn white supremacists and by name tell the Proud Boys to stand by, like some marching orders into battle. Anyone who still would vote for Trump would have voted for Hitler in the 1930s. And this isn't even hyperbole anymore. I don't believe he has kids. But he does have a girlfriend with a 17-year-old son, and she has stated she is essentially encouraging him to shoot commies. Him being her son. It is all easily available via Google and Twitter. Shoot a commie for mummy some lame chick. And it only took them 5 weeks to find a guy who literally posts where he's going to be and who he's going to threaten, assault, whatever. I guess they finally got enough flack for beating protesters that they decided to make some token effort to appear even-handed. Feels like only a matter of time before one of these loons ends up mowing down a crowd. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. Indigenous woman films Canadian hospital staff taunting her before death. This is horrific. Yeah, we're not as squeaky clean as we like people to see. There's a lot more racism towards natives than other POC. Though there are bigots everywhere here. Canadians think they're not racist because they don't hate black people. However, First Nations can go frick themselves apparently. Unless it's Vancouver, then the Chinese can go frick themselves. Been living for 5 years in Canada. First day had one Canadian be racist with the Indian people I just met. Honestly, the kindest people I have met here have been mostly the immigrants. Might have been because those people are trying to live into a foreign country. I feel like that is generally true in my experience in a lot of places. Immigrants, especially first generation, are chill if they are trying to integrate. They are usually hardworking and good people. I imagine because generally they know what racism feels like firsthand. And they don't have the heritage or history in the country to be racist or elitist. Not that there aren't exceptions. Anyone can be an butthole. People are people after all. Canadians think they're not racist because they don't hate black people. However, First Nations can go frick themselves apparently. I've unfortunately seen the same thing with many Europeans. Though in their case you replace First Nations with Romani. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like. And if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.